What is going on, everyone? Welcome to episode 102 of Littleroot Lessons. As always, I'm your host, Carter Noble, joined by our fantastic co-host, Carl Wilkin. What's up, dude?
Not a whole lot. Getting ready for the IC in, what is it, like 2 weeks?
From now, it is...
It'd be it
Currently, it is, for us, 9 days away.
Yeah.
For everyone listening, it's this upcoming weekend.
Yeah.
So, if you
get your
haven't
teams.
registered, make sure you go in and register. If you don't have a team, you don't have to have one to immediately register, but you do when you have to go in to play.
You cannot use rental codes.
Yep, you do actually have to have the team built on your game for it to be able to be played. If you want your shiny Galarian bird, which this one is...
Articuno.
Cool. You have to play 3 matches from my understanding.
Yep.
Win, lose, or draw, you get them. But you have to play at least 3, and you have to sign up before the event actually goes live.
In order to do that, you would go to where you would normally do your ranked ladder stuff.
Yep.
And instead of going to the ladder, you would hit the down button a couple times and look for official competitions.
Yep.
You would click on that. It'll search for official competitions. It'll pop up saying we are now accepting entries for this event. And you click on that, and you go through and do the whole whatever, and you signed up. It's that easy.
It's
not
literally
hard.
that simple. I actually was thinking about doing that today, and then I'm like, I'll do it later.
I am debating taking Kayla's Switch and signing her up for it, and
just so you can get a second one.
and just get a second set of birds as we go through.
That's not the worst idea. I could do that with Tiffs.
You might actually, can you do it for multiple accounts on different games? Say,
yes.
I'm not sure if they track Nintendo accounts or if they track save files. Yeah. Welcome to the conundrum.
I don't think you can do same game, same file, but I think you can do same account, different game.
Yeah.
Because if I remember correctly, there was one guy a couple ICs ago that plays like top 10 with 2 of his accounts.
Nice.
So, yes, I think so. The logistics of it is beyond my comprehension because that requires brain thinking.
Yeah. So if that's how that works, then yeah, I would probably, instead of just using Kayla's account, I would just put Sword into mine and put a team of like Wooloo, Rookidee, whatever. Hit the ladder.
I was debating going and just pulling out the 6 I beat the game with. Like, all right, this is my team now. Playing like high jump kicks, Cinderace, and like gunk shot Cinderace. I know I have an Eternatus on there.
There you go.
I think my Eternatus is the same one I've used for my team, so it's actually EV'd and stuff.
I mean,
whereas the rest of them aren't because it's a casual playthrough.
Yeah, like they got whatever EVs were left in the in the battle.
Whatever the first 600 EVs or whatever 508 EVs it got. It's good enough. That'll be fine.
It'll be fine. Yeah. Speaking of events, we are getting really close to IRL events starting back up. Poor Florida. I mean, they did it to themselves. Let's be real here. Florida did this to themselves. They
So for those who are unaware, I believe it was this past week.
Yep.
Or in the last couple of weeks, Florida passed a bill saying that it is illegal for companies and for individuals to require vaccination status for like events.
For anything.
So
you can't turn away business like via that. You can't mask mandate anything like that. The penalties are fines. You can be sued by the government if you're individuals, so on and so forth, and stuff like that.
So it's really, really unfortunate because, well, for those who know, Pokemon was requiring vaccination status for their events, and every other event that they are going to be hosting moving forward is going to have it. At least, for this year, while we're still, having the world on fire outside.
Yeah. So unfortunately for Orlando, Florida, they got their event removed due to the fact that the Pokemon Company can't enforce their COVID policies and keep everyone safe. So they just pulled out of Florida.
I wonder if we see them schedule another one in somewhere to make up for it.
I would be very surprised.
I am very surprised if that's the case because I mean, dude, these events are planned out year in advance, at least a year.
You'd have to give someone real good notice to get this kind of event planned out, and with the way they have their current schedule set up,
I don't see that happening.
You're not getting another event in somewhere. Not in this amount of time with that amount of people. Like, no, that's not happening anytime soon. What's good about this and what this kind of tells us is they are still planning on holding these events
for sure. And I think that's the biggest takeaway is, you know, the only reason this one was canceled is not due to COVID. It is due to Florida's ridiculous policy related to COVID.
Yeah. What this tells us is they've been planning on these events running way before like we even knew about Omicron variants, new contagions and contagious like things and things like that. So Salt Lake City, Utah, get ready. Yours is the first one. I think it's like March 18th.
Yep.
It's in a little over a month. Get ready for that one if you're going to that one.
Fun fact, that's the week I'm on vacation.
But you won't be
I'm not going to Utah. I, as of now, am going to Texas.
If I remember correctly, it's Utah, New Jersey, and then Indianapolis, and then Milwaukee.
There's one in between Indy and New Jersey, isn't there?
I can't remember.
I feel like there is.
Find out.
I obviously don't have the schedule pulled up in front of me. I actually don't even have my phone on me today. It's
I know
outside.
I know where the last. I have the link saved somewhere. I sent it somewhere. Where did I send it?
Is
this one, right?
it
Yeah,
right there?
That one. Like I sent it to someone. I don't remember who. So Salt Lake City, Indianapolis, New Jersey, and then the other U.S. one is in Milwaukee. There's also one in Vancouver, the last weekend of May.
Interesting. And obviously you have your European ones as well. So you have Liverpool, Lille. Is it pronounced Lille? Is that right?
I have no clue.
I'm sorry for the French community.
It's
Please
in France.
don't flag me.
That's in May, and then there's one in Bremen, Germany, at the end of May.
Why do you get the easy one to say?
There's also an event, a couple of events planned for the Latin America community. There's one in Sao Paulo, Brazil, and then there's one in.
All you, bud.
I'm trying to figure out what this.
That's clearly South Carolina.
No, it is not. I can tell you that right now. That's not what that means. This is the same weekend as Nashville. Not Nashville, Indianapolis.
Oh, okay.
This is in Joinville, wherever Gloria, Joinville, somewhere. I'm not sure exactly where. They're only TCG though in the Latin America region.
Interesting.
All of the European ones will have Pokemon Go as a format. So if that is something you are interested in Europe,
did you hear about how they're running those?
So I know exactly how these work. So they have predetermined mobile devices for you to go and log in on. This is going to ensure that there's no outside manipulation or special like equipment on your phone or anything like that that's going to help you click faster or do whatever. These are regulated mobile devices that you just literally go and log in on Pokemon Go. It puts your team on there. You play on that thing against your opponent who's also logged in on a mobile phone across from you. And when you're done, you log out, you leave.
You stand up, you move on to the next round.
Yep.
I actually think that is genius.
I think that's so cool. The one thing is like the rounds for that are going to be so fast.
Yeah, you're going to spend more time logging in than you are to play.
Pokemon Go, I'm assuming they're still doing best of 3.
I would imagine so.
Which those are 3 Pokemon events. You bring 3. I'm not sure what the rules are for like what your pool of Pokemon is.
I actually have not heard.
So I'm not sure if you bring the same 3 every single match, which I think that's would be what it was. But from what I understand of the Pokemon Go battling community, there's a set meta, and like certain Pokemon do really really well and certain Pokemon don't because there's no immunities in this game.
Correct.
The whole type chart's a completely different monster, and the worst thing that you can do is a not very effective hit.
Yep.
You have your shields you have to manage really well, and stuff like that. So Pokemon Go battling community is really really cool. Not my cup of tea. Would definitely stick to just playing VG or even like moving on to TCG and just go from there.
Well, see, what's really crazy about this is like, the newest set for the TCG is coming out in like 2 weeks, and they're changing a non-zero amount of like battle mechanics. We're moving away from 3 prize Pokemons, which I think is a huge plus. Obviously, they're going to still be in effect until rotation in August or September. But after that, like, this next year we're going to have them, and then next year I have a feeling we're going to rotate from Brilliant Star, I think is what the set name is, and then everything past that is going to hopefully be 2 prize Pokemon at most. And I think that's a huge plus, because that's one of my big complaints about the current format is you knock out 2 of your opponent's Pokemon and you win.
Yeah.
Which it just doesn't feel fulfilling enough, I think is the best way to put it. And that's why I play janky stage 1s that aren't 2 prizers or 3 prizers, and you're gonna have to work for your win.
Yeah.
I get 1 shot, but you're gonna have to work for that 1 shot.
Before we move on too terribly far here, we do also have Oceania, which Oceania is literally Australia, New Zealand. There's one in Brisbane. There's one in Joondalup, and then there's one in St. Kilda.
And 2 of the 3 also have Pokemon Go as well.
So Penguin, I know you're listening out there, go play in these events. Because you have opportunities, go do it.
I have no idea in even slightly where these are in relation to where he is.
I have no idea either.
I don't know where he is.
I'm pretty sure like Australia's not huge. So
isn't Australia like smaller than the size of Texas?
Something like that. So I'm pretty sure you can make all of these events if you plan to go. Definitely could make all of those if you really want to try. And they're spaced out far enough apart that you're not like doing back-to-back weekends.
The latter 2 being close to mid of May, and then close to mid of June.
They're just a little under a month apart.
Yeah, but past that, rock them out. Is it weird to you that so all of ours are 3 days, but every other place is only 2 days?
Turnout for ours are larger.
Much larger.
If I remember right, TCG has to start on Friday, and that's why.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, so if you play in the TCG, your events start on Friday. I believe that's how that works.
I don't think that's how it works.
For certain groups, it is.
Huh?
Because they don't want everybody playing everything on day 3.
Crazy.
And TCG games can go a lot longer. So certain divisions start their days on Friday.
That's weird.
And then they finish up on Saturday.
I think
so. Masters can start Saturday and finish.
Yeah, I think it's juniors, seniors play Friday.
Yeah,
and then Masters plays Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah, juniors and seniors usually finish up like Saturday around lunchtime, somewhere in there, a little bit after lunch, and
usually
then
about the time VGC is starting. Juniors is
finishing it up. Yeah, their groups are not very large for juniors and seniors, so that's also a reason. Like they want to start them early, that way they have seating for everybody else in the Masters, because Masters is going to be the larger group that's coming to play. Unite is also starting up their championships for whatever, getting ready to go to Worlds.
Yeah, I saw we actually just got Aegislash in the game.
Yeah.
Was that today?
It launches tonight.
Okay.
Cool. On tonight of recording.
Gotcha. Yeah,
Which
I got the notification earlier being like saying Agent Slash is now live. You should come play. I'm like,
I'm good.
good.
I'm
Thanks,
good.
though.
I got Series 12 stuff I gotta focus
I
on.
legitimately forgot I had Unite on my phone. Until I got that notification, I'm like, what is this? Why is Pokemon Go sending me this notification? Oh, that's not Go.
That's not Go. And they leave this kind of open ended for our events. They only schedule anything out towards till the end of June. I don't think anything goes past June. No. So it's open ended. We could even see more events later on in the year as things develop.
Yeah, I mean, in all actuality, we may have an event in July and then Worlds in August.
Yeah,
that is not out of the question.
If I remember correctly, these all qualify for 2022, if I remember right.
I'm assuming, yeah.
All these events are for 2022 because I think all the World's 2021 stuff is like locked in. It's done. Is that correct?
Yes. I don't know. I have no idea, man. I don't know if you know this, but I don't play in enough events to qualify for Worlds.
Oh, they're finishing up their international championships.
Neat.
This year too. June 24th and 26th in Columbus is North America Internats.
Pocken's not at any other.
No.
That's weird.
They are cycling out Pokken to get ready for Unite.
That makes sense.
It is. Plus, the competitive community for Pokken is so small.
Yeah.
It's like if you were going to go play for North America Internats, you would see the same 64, 66 players that you would see at every Pokken event.
Awkward.
Like it's a very small niche community. You have to be very, very good to compete in that skill group because they are really good. I mean, the game's been out for years, like almost a decade, I think, pretty close to it.
It was a Wii U port, right?
It was a Wii U game, yeah.
That got ported to.
That got ported to the Switch. It's about like Mario Kart 8 at this point.
Just waiting on that DLC, baby.
And then European Internats is April 22nd to the 24th, and that's also going to be in Germany. And that's also got Pokken and Pokemon Go, which same kind of thing there. The Pokken community in Europe's also very small, so like you would see the same number of players like in every Pokken event if you were going to do more than one. So it makes sense just to do one Pokken event and run that. Travel rewards, talk about that stuff. Double checking, triple checking about Worlds things. If you're a senior and you win the Pokken event, you get a Nintendo Switch and 72 TCG booster packs.
You get a Switch and 2 boxes.
Which I don't know if that equals out to that price.
But Carl, if you come in second compared to $1,000, you get a controller and a box.
Or $750 and a box.
Last time I checked, booster boxes don't cost $750.
Yeah.
To be fair, we're also talking seniors versus masters, and not only is the price pool obviously very small in comparison, in some places there's like rules against paying cash out to minors. Because then it's considered gambling.
Yep, can't do that.
And then on top of that, their prize pool is smaller because there's less people competing. So like it makes sense. They're not going to give out $1,000 to second place when there's only 24 people playing.
So here's something cool. So because these are 2022 International Championship events, travel rewards are rewarded based on your play from when they start back up again.
So March.
To April 24th, 2022.
So like 2 events.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So actually only one.
Literally only Salt Lake. Salt Lake City determines if you get travel rewards for internationals.
Which for us, Columbus isn't a terrible drive.
I would still like $2,000 to drive to it.
I know that'd be nice. But the fact that Salt Lake City is the only event in that time span at the moment,
For sure.
um,
Again, I doubt we're gonna see anything else because we do have internationals in April, so that's why we don't have an event.
our internationals in June. North America's in
I
June.
thought it was in April.
No, it ends in April. That's European.
Oh, Europe. Okay, I was close.
And then ours is in June.
Okay, I was really close. Go me.
Go you.
A for effort.
Travel awards and stipends are already provided to all players who qualified for them in the previously canceled 2020 European International Championship. Interesting. So there will be no travel awards for the EU one. They've already been handed out. I'm assuming they're using the 2020 championship points and then are just taking whatever starts here and adding it onto it.
I would assume so, but I'm not a rocket scientist, and that's above my pay grade.
Yeah. So yeah, it's interesting looking at what they plan on doing in the COVID world and seeing all that. I would like to see this one. When is this? This is just August. We don't know exactly when. It just says August.
What is it?
It's Worlds.
Worlds is in London.
Yep, it's in London, August 2022. You would have to get 500 points to qualify as a master for the U.S. and Canada. 350 for Europe, 250 for Latin America and Oceania, and apparently South Africa.
Why only South Africa?
South Africa, I believe, is the only
like highly populated part.
I think it's the only country that plays Pokemon competitively. Because most of Africa is...
It can't be this is the only place people live.
It's not.
I know that's not true.
I believe it is more likely that's all that, like, this is where the majority of the people would be playing.
Gotcha.
So it's like I wouldn't expect like Kenya to be on here. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
We only need 400 points for VGC.
Oh, was that?
That was for TCG.
Numbers?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So yeah, only need to get 400 points.
Start grinding, people.
So, is there a way to make it in the next couple months? What would points payout be? You would need
to win 2 of them.
You would need to win twice. So you would need to win.
Just casually win 2 regionals.
So you need to go and win in Salt Lake City, Indianapolis, New Jersey, or Milwaukee. One of those, two of those 4.
You technically could go to Vancouver.
Yeah. I was more saying for us.
Yeah.
We're not going to Vancouver anytime soon.
You don't know. I may have my passport ready to go.
Okay.
I don't. I'm not going to Canada.
I know there's a couple people I've talked to that are looking at going to Salt Lake. There's a lot of people looking at going to Indianapolis, which is cool. Especially now that the Orlando one's been canceled.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people are wanting to go to Indy.
Which is weird to say, but that's the next closest one for them.
New Jersey might be closer.
I'm sure it's close.
It's probably really close.
Orlando to New Jersey. Tiff and I were actually looking at going to Orlando next year for vacation. New Jersey to Florida
is about
a 3-hour flight.
Or a 15-hour drive.
Those are drastically different.
If we were in Indianapolis, it looks closer on paper.
Because it is.
It's about the same flight. It's about an hour less.
Kidding me? I saved half an hour in my flight. I also That's still no, yes, no. There's no time jump, right? Because your time jump is
Uh,
in the
the
middle.
time jump is right here.
Oh, so technically your flight is only an hour.
Technically.
If you want to get technical, an hour versus 3 hours, Carl.
Um. So yeah. So it is technically the closer one. If you're driving, it's 900, almost 1,000 miles, whereas New Jersey was just over 1,000. Yeah, just
Plus,
over a
man,
thousand.
you're going everywhere when if you're going to New Jersey.
I mean, it's just up the coastline. Whereas here, going to Indianapolis, like you're going through Georgia, the Appalachian Mountains, through Tennessee, up through Louisville, going that way. That's a drive.
See, when years ago now, we're talking 2013. We went to Florida for school, and that was a drive.
Oh, I bet.
Let me tell you how cool it is to have 100 high school kids on 2 charter buses driving 25 hours.
Fun fact: it's farther to go from Orlando to Missouri than it is to go from Orlando to New Jersey.
I'm not surprised.
Um, you could get there in a day and 6 hours if you take buses.
I actually was before I had my license, I was looking to go to GP Vegas. It was the release of Modern Masters 2015.
Mm-hmm.
This is the second one, is that right?
I think so.
And I was looking to either bus and or Amtrak out to Vegas.
Good luck on that one.
It was actually only going to be like $150 travel.
That's not terrible.
Over the course of like 3 days or something stupid.
Was that on a coach train or?
I couldn't tell you. That was 7 years ago. At this
Oh,
point.
like nowadays you probably couldn't do that and not spend more than like $400.
Yeah, I don't know. I know it was absurdly cheap because Dad was trying to help me plan it.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, yeah, but then I'm going to Vegas by myself.
Yeah, then Carter probably gets kidnapped and never seen again.
I'm also a minor at the time. Well, underage. I'm not a minor. Because I would have been 20.
Yeah.
So like I can't go do all the fun things in Vegas.
You can like look at stuff. You just can't touch anything. So yeah, it would not have been fun doing that.
Yep.
So we're going to Indy. My plan is to go to Indy in May because my birthday's that next day. As soon as it's over, Kayla wants a vacation, so that'd be fun. She's already got this long itinerary figured out of things we're gonna do.
You got it. I'm gonna go play Pokemon.
Like Saturday for sure is like I'm playing Pokemon for the most of the day that day. Depending on how Pokemon goes that day, will determine if I play on Sunday a lot or not. If I end up just scrubbing out day one, we'll probably go do stuff on Sunday, Monday, because we leave Tuesday afternoon.
I'm assuming y'all are leaving Friday.
We leave Friday as soon as I get off work and as soon as Kayla makes sure that all of her clients and whatnot are taken care of.
It's not a bad drive.
It's 6 hours.
I've done that drive multiple times. It's a cakewalk.
Yeah.
It's the drive a little farther when you're going to
Cincinnati. Yeah, we learned that the hard way.
That one's not awful. Not the farthest drive I've done.
Yeah.
We drove to Dallas, and that I think was like 16 hours.
That ain't bad.
Mind you, with no time zone changes.
Yeah.
So it's just like you're on the road forever.
My longest trip was to the northern parts of Michigan. I was in a car. We were driving probably for almost 20 hours.
The other one, 3 days after I got my license, we drove to North Carolina.
Yeah, that drive sucked. I can't tell you from firsthand experience. I can tell you from secondhand knowledge that drive is terrible.
It was, luckily there was 2 of us driving.
Yeah.
So I drove basically to Indy, or it was just into Illinois, and then my buddy took over, drove to basically Nashville, if I remember correctly, and then I started to drive through the mountains. He claims I almost ran off the side of the road and killed us, so he took over from there. in my defense, I don't know how to drive in the mountains because I had had my license for 2 days.
Yeah. Yeah. So it won't be a bad travel. We're gonna drive there. We've got money saved up for the hotel already. We've already booked that. We can cancel up until like 2 days before if we need
Yeah.
to. Still, if they cancel the event and we end up changing our minds on going, so that's always good. Now that we know that they're likely not to cancel these anytime soon,
Hopefully, maybe.
I expect like hotel prices to go up. People are going to be booking these places out the wazoo. So if you're planning on going to these events, book now. This is your warning. Be like me and get a cheap hotel that's going to give you a good rate.
On the flip side of that, Tiff and I haven't even started to look at hotels for our trip next month. Let me rephrase that. We have looked exactly once and went, yeah, that's like not completely unreasonable. And that was it. That was the conversation.
Are you going to be doing a lot of bouncing back and forth, or are you going to be in like one central area, localized area for a while?
We're going to be staying in, not San Antonio. Yes, San Antonio.
I'm about to say,
yes.
If you're not staying in San Antonio, you're probably like staying in somewhere close to either the Gulf or you're staying like in Austin if you're not going to Dallas.
That doesn't sound right. Let's see. I'm pretty sure it's San Antonio because that's where SeaWorld is. I'm 99% sure.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Because if you're not staying in San Antonio, you're likely staying in Austin or Houston.
I know it's not Houston. I know it's not Austin.
Like, these are your only real big cities left, unless you like are going like Corpus Christi or something.
No, we're not going that far south. Can you zoom in on San Antonio for me?
Gonna go visit the Alamo.
Actually, yes. Yeah, this is it. Yeah,
okay, so I'm about to say, like, you're probably staying in San Antonio.
You can see there's SeaWorld. And I'm going to SeaWorld, and I'm going to go see the penguins. And then we're another day we're going to, hopefully, we're going to go to Fiesta, Texas, which is a Six Flags park down there.
Cool.
I know I said a lot of things that you really don't care about, but I am so excited for. I guess also the Alamo.
Yeah, the Alamo. Remember the Alamo now. Make sure to say hi to all of our ATX listeners.
I know. I messaged Bauer Dad. I'm like, hey, how close are you to San Antonio? He's like, it's like a 3-hour drive.
I'm about to say that means he's probably in the Dallas-Fort Worth area.
Oh, I get to go to Griff's.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, I am so excited. I get to go to Griff's and then pass out in the car from, just pure
food coma.
There is a large majority of our audience that has no idea what I'm talking about.
Yeah, probably. I think I've talked Kayla into stopping at Portillo's on our way through Illinois.
Never been. I've never been to Portillo's.
I have heard amazing things about this place, and there's a bunch of them in Illinois. You just gotta find them.
When we were coming back from Cincy, we were looking at stopping at one.
Yeah.
And the closest one was like an hour out of the way. I'm just like,
I think the closest one was like up near Chicago or something.
I think there's one in Bloomington.
I think so.
This is not the podcast I anticipated having today.
I mean,
and I'm okay with it.
It's just like, here's all the events that we're going to be talking about for the near future. Yeah, so there's one up near Bloomington. There's one here. It's kind of on the way, actually, in Champaign.
Let's see, that's on 72, and we took 70.
Yeah, we took 70.
Which is why we could have hopped on to 72 and then cut south, but yeah.
We could have come around here, up through Champaign, cut through Bowden, Decatur, and then go back through.
Have you been to Indy?
We've been through there, but we haven't stopped in there.
It's fantastic. We went for my birthday.
Oh gosh, there's so many in Chicago.
Oh yeah, it's a dime a dozen in Chicago. We went. What year was that? 2017.
I think it was.
It was the release of Ravnica Allegiance.
Yeah, it was
Was that 17?
I think that was 17.
And Kyle, my old roommate, his wife Lisa, Tiff, and I went for my birthday. And the what was really cool is the convention center that it's in has skyways everywhere.
Oh, cool.
So you never have to go down to the floor to get anywhere. There's a skyway that takes you to the mall. So like after Kyle and I scrubbed out and sold a bunch of things, we had like $600 each because we sold cardboard. We went to the mall and it was great.
Nice.
And we never had to step outside to go do it.
This one, the convention center is where we're going to be at.
Can you pull it up?
I know exactly where it's at. It's right across the street from Lucas Oil Stadium.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, I was about to say I'm pretty sure that's the only one in Indianapolis that actually like worth their salt.
It's sweet. You're on skyways. You don't have to be near anything. Luckily, you're going in May and not like September.
Yeah.
I can't imagine having a Pokemon event and a Colts game
same time. Goodness.
Parking's gonna be $75.
Yeah. The cool part is like we won't have to pay for parking because Kayla's just going to go do whatever. Like she's going to take the Jeep with her and just leave me there.
Just drop you off and be like, all right, I'll see you in 12 hours.
Maybe. Yep. Bye. Nah. She's probably going to go run around and do a couple things on her own that she wants to do. Things I probably wouldn't be interested in, and then
eventually catch back up with you.
Eventually come back and pick me up, and then find other things to do.
Yeah, Indy's a really good convention center.
She said that there's mini golf she wants to go play.
That's probably in the mall. I think there's 2 or 3 in the mall.
She mentioned something about laser tag somewhere.
I'm pretty sure that's in the mall.
She mentioned
when we went to play mini golf in the mall, and we got done. They're like, "Oh yeah, by the way, because you bought this, you also get to go play the other course on the other side of the mall for free."
Well, there you go.
It's like, all right, cool. I guess we're walking across the mall.
I mean, that's one. I guess that's a way to like get people to buy stuff.
Yeah, for sure. So
that's cool. But yeah, I'm happy that we're getting IRL events back.
For sure.
The Florida thing sucks. I will be completely honest here. Canceling Orlando really sucks. But because of the way they handled Florida, this just tells us, like, even more so that the rest of these are very likely to stay on.
Mm-hmm.
And could lead to the future of getting more events in the back half of the year. Sometimes, like, we get Collinsville maybe back next year in February.
I'm hoping so. I will.
Dallas Fort Worth gets an event back.
I will gladly go to Collinsville.
Yeah. Like
that's a cake.
That's a day drive. Like that's a day you can just take off there like early morning on Saturday morning, get up there. Don't even have to stay. Can just play and then go home.
Yep. Because obviously I'm just gonna scrub out and go 0-2 drop.
Exactly. Like we're gonna scrub out. Like I'm literally going to Indy to scrub out 0-3 and then
play side events.
Play whatever side events I want. Get some cool stuff. Maybe pay a judge for their plush again. And
where is that Mimikyu plush? Is it?
It's over there in the corner, buried underneath all of the photos.
Desk.
Got an entry fee for our Littleroot qualifier that we rescheduled.
Oh yeah, that is not this weekend, but the following weekend, because this weekend is the Invitational or the
Heatran series.
Well, no, I mean when this is
going live, yeah.
So this weekend for us is the Heatran series.
Yep.
Probably going to be talking about that next week because we're actually going to have events that we have actual data for and can talk about. Then that weekend is the International Challenge, and then the weekend after that is our event.
Yeah.
So
we had to reschedule due to lack of interest. I love that. Like we said that we were gonna have to cancel, and then everybody's out of the woodwork. Oh, I can play. It's just like well, I wish you had signed up 2 hours ago before I had refunded everybody's money.
What gets me is I put out an announcement saying, "Hey, if you want to play, we're giving away 3 invites. DM me." And then I didn't have anything.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, whatever.
Yeah. But the minute we have to cancel something, everyone's out the woodwork. ready to go, wants to play. I'm just like, well, like maybe just sign up next time.
I know we already have a few signups. I know
Yep.
we have
We have 2 for sure, and then 3 entries to give away.
Yep. So that'll be coming up probably next week. I'll put that in the announcements, and
Yep.
we'll get that all done.
Yep. Again, I'll be giving out codes like we did, like we were going to do anyway. You need a join code to play in the event. $5 entry since we had to reschedule it. We're just going to be nice for this one and see how things go from here. Yes, you're going to be playing for less, but it is what it is.
I also think that like the lower price point is going to bring more people. That's the hope.
The weird part is that, like, they're just like you're playing for $10, $15 for a decent sized event. That's just not worth it, in my opinion.
I mean, sure, but if you also just want to play, then sure.
Well, that's what ladder events are for. We need to get those scheduled.
Yeah, we do.
Probably look at doing one of those before the IC this week. So keep your eyes peeled on the Twitterverse for a ladder event probably coming up sometime this week.
I know the 22nd, which is a Tuesday evening. Baradad and I are going to finally be redeeming our revenge match of Crystal Randomizer.
And you're playing Poppy.
I'm racing Poppy this Wednesday in just a Crystal Randomizer race.
Telling you, man, you should have made him run the triathlon.
No.
Do it, dude. Come on.
So that's gonna be a blast. Gonna stream that morning. Gonna take Tiff to work, come home, stream that day, and then pick her up, come home, and then stream that night with good old Poppy.
Yeah.
Dude,
I've been playing
Arceus.
Arceus.
A hot minute since I played through Crystal.
Yeah, get ready for that one. It's not hard. Gen 2.
It's not.
Gen 2 is super easy to walk through. As long as you're not playing key item randomizers, you're fine.
Yeah, me and Baradad will be. We're
Yeah.
gonna do key item randomizer, but Poppy and I are just doing a randomizer beat red.
Just run him down.
Beat red %.
You got this. Just run him down.
16 major fights. Oh, technically 21 major fights.
Yeah.
Because you have the E4 plus champion.
Yep. Just pick a good starter. Just run it down.
Yep.
You're good.
Just gonna start with Mewtwo. That's all I can
Get
hope.
Frieza to start. Yeah. Honestly, any legendary in that kind of event is fire. You're just fine. Like, you could have the worst moves possible. You're still a legendary.
I think the big ones are Mewtwo, Raikou, Zapdos, Suicune, probably in that order is what I'd take them as.
Mewtwo just because its base stats are insanely high. Raikou and Zapdos are really good because they have very few weaknesses, and electric coverage is just usually really, really good.
And again, they're also very fast. They also hit very hard.
Base 115 and base 100 speeds.
Yep, and then I know Zapdos is base 125 special attack. Raikou's up there as well.
Yeah, Raikou's in that
110, 115, somewhere in there. And then Suicune's just like bulky water type that also can hit like a truck.
Yep.
So, let's see. Ho-Oh, it's fine.
Yeah.
I would rather obviously have Mewtwo. Lugia is strictly worse than Ho-Oh.
In Gen 2, I think
I would rather have Lugia.
Lugia is actually better than Ho-Oh in Gen 2.
Because, and I mean, that's the big argument against Entei as well, is
they were designed as physical attackers, and fire's not physical.
No,
fire's special.
We don't get physical fire moves until Gen 4, unfortunately.
And Lugia is designed as a special wall, and has access to water coverage and psychic coverage and ice coverage, and like in normal circumstances, which is why Lugia is the better in Gen 2 and Gen 3 strictly compared to Ho-Oh, which when they did the damage split in Gen 4, that made Ho-Oh way better.
Much better.
Way better than
when they made Sacred Fire physical, it made Ho-Oh and Entei just so much better.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. Past that, Kendra's really good. Dragonite's fine. Like it's
okay.
Yeah. Like, I mean, you don't have a ton of weaknesses.
Kendra's really good because you have one weakness.
Yeah.
And it's Dragon.
And you have Stab Surf. And like you're going to get Surf.
Like you get a very strong stab move. through playing the game. So like even though it's a randomizer, you're going to get some kind of strong stab move on that Pokemon.
Yep. You
Um,
always are going to get Surf.
Yep.
So you might as well just, if you're going to run like a rock type versus a water type, and those are the defining factors, you're going to take the water type because it has stab surf at some point.
Yeah, like
Whereas the rock type sucks probably.
and
It's
even
like
on that,
grappler.
even just like thinking through that, like when you're looking at starters, it's like if there's just a really good special attacker, just take it.
Yep, because again, you're going to get surf. Surf is really good.
Yeah. Also, just special attackers are busted in Gen 2.
Plus, like the best physical move you're guaranteed is strength. So like if you're running like Tauros, it's fine.
Like if you're running normal types, sure.
Because like having stab strength obviously takes it from 80 to 120, and basic Pokemon math says bigger
120 is good.
Better.
Yeah. Bigger number, good number. Yeah. But like if you're running like Machoke or like some
Please stop.
Some crappy physical mon.
Have you heard Chrism's? Have you seen his ranked video?
No.
So he goes through and ranks every fully evolved Pokemon for the purposes of randomizer races in Crystal. He has Hitmonchan in B tier. And so Shin has just torn him a new one every time they race anymore. He's like, "Oh, there's a Hitmonchan. You gonna take it, Chris?"
Personally, I wouldn't take any fighting type in Gen 2.
All awful.
They're all terrible. Fighting type coverage is terrible.
It's better than Gen 1, and that's not saying much.
The only reason it's better than Gen 1 is because the only fighting type moves in Gen 1 that actually matter were high jump kick and jump kick.
The only reason it was good because high jump kick was bugged.
Yeah, you took 1 damage from a miss. That's why it was good. Which did Gen 2 introduce close combat, or was that Gen 3?
That was Gen 3. Gen 2
Okay,
gave
so
us cross chop.
Yeah. Gen 2 also gave us dynamic punch.
But no abilities.
No,
Also,
no guard.
We have Gen 3 gave us focus punch.
Yep.
Because that's when we got all the sub punch sets.
So we got the substitute punches.
Which those sets are stupid. I love them, but they're stupid.
Yeah. I know your draft league is winding down.
Yep, we are heading into playoffs. I think we have a week off and then playoffs. I could be wrong.
I ended up winning my match last week. Lost game 1 very quickly. Realized what their team was trying to do, and then Scarf Flygon plus Togekiss just went. Brr.
So mine, I was in the very same boat. They had Malamar, and so that was I anticipated them to try to set Trick Room with Malamar, so I purposely didn't play Prankster Morgrim this week.
Mm-hmm.
I played Frisk. It's all right, cool. I get at least information off of this, and I still get to taunt it, so that's a big upside. Doesn't bring Malamar, it's whatever. He leads Sandslash plus Haunter into Morgrim and Kingler, I think was my lead.
Mm-hmm.
I see Focus Sash on Haunter, Choice Scarf on Sandslash. All right, cool, I'll be fine. I'm gonna paralyze this, and I'm Assault Vest. So I'll be able to. No, I was Life Orb. I'll be able to take a hit from this Kingler, or from this Haunter. It's gonna try to set Trick Room or something, right? No, it maxes and overgrowths my Kingler.
Energy ball
shots me.
Yep.
So game 1 I lost, I think, in 3 turns.
Yep.
And then game 2, pivot around. He maxed Salazzle on turn 1. I pivoted around quite a bit to prevent that. Ended up maxing my Assault Vest Magmortar on turn 4 or 5
mm-hmm.
because he set Sun. So I was able to just one-shot everything thanks to his Sun. Yeah, it was game 2 was sick. And then game 3 he leads Sandslash Vikavolt, which is Life Orb,
mm-hmm.
Into Skarmory Morgrim. I'm okay, this is fine. I'll be able to handle this. He's going to max Vikavolt, and then I'm going to die. That was my thought process. I'm I can't live if I max as well. I can't live a hit.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to lose something here. But he maxes Sandslash and sets Sand for his Sand Rush. Like, all right, cool. But he procs my weak armor. Procs weak armor because I protected.
Yep.
Kills Morgrim, but I do a bunch of damage with Dazzling Gleam on the way out. Cool.
Yep.
I bring in Kingler, max it, and the play I should have gone for was Brave Bird is Vikavolt to KO it, and then Foam Burst KOs Sandslash. I take a hit from Sandslash, no big deal. What I did was I clicked Rock Slide anticipating it to KO, and it left him at like 2%. So he's able to then, I pick up the Sandslash, he discharges to pick up the double KO, and then he also goes down to Life Orb plus Sand Recoil. So then it's Magmortar versus Salazzle Haunter in the end game.
Ugh.
Yep. So like, could have played way better had I just clicked the damaging move that I knew was going to do more damage.
Yep.
Because like in hindsight, the chip on Sandslash doesn't matter. So like, there's no reason to go for Rock Slide.
Yeah. Yeah, my game 1, I got just slaughtered. Xploud showed up. I got locked into Scarf Bulldoze, and I had superpower. I had shown superpower earlier in the game, but I hadn't shown Scarf yet because Flygon just outspent everything on his team naturally to begin with, so he didn't know I was Scarfed. So I superpowered T-Tar, O-code it, pivoted out, ended up getting into a position where it was just Xploud versus Flygon, and Flygon just doesn't do enough damage. Game 2, they adjust pretty well. Nidoqueen finally comes into the game, and I just used Togekiss to just keep myself afloat. My Togekiss set was super spicy this week. We were running Nasty Plot.
I did see that.
Psychic and Aura Sphere because I didn't need fairy coverage. Who cares?
It's not as spicy as my special Ride-On. My Meteor Beam Ride-On set.
So I get to talk about Heatran because I didn't bring Heatran to a single game, but I had a very cool Heatran set. My Heatran set was Will-O-Wisp, Taunt, Stealth Rock, Stonage.
Yes.
I was bulky physical Heatran to literally deal with Rotom Heat. Because nothing else on my team besides like Rock Slide from Flygon could deal with the Rotom Heat.
Perfect. Lock it in. It's all you need.
Didn't even bring Rotom Heat at all that week.
Perfect.
So I never brought Heatran. I just didn't care. I literally brought the same for every single game.
I've done some really, really wonky things this season. I've played Spikes on Vespiquen to be able to break sashes. I've played Special Ride-On. That one did not come up, and I really wish it had, because that set I put a lot of effort in, and it was just bad.
Just never got to use it.
It was Meteor Beam, Lightning Rod, Ride-On. I really wish it would have been good.
Yeah.
Let's see. I've played any and every possible Morgrim set you can possibly think of. Any combination of Screens, Trick, we don't have Scary Face, but we have Thunder Wave.
Yep.
I've played Frisk now. I haven't played Pickpocket, and I think I'm fine with not doing that one.
You may come to a time where you may want that. It's a unique ability that most Pokemon don't get to utilize very well.
My favorite one that I've done was playing Ice Ball Skarmory.
Yeah.
I mean, Snowball Ice Skarmory.
Snowball Skarmory.
With Delibird, which I don't have weakness policy, but what I do have is weak armor. So what's better than policy when who needs the +2 special attack when I can have +2 speed instead?
Yeah.
That set was really cool.
I haven't I'm by this week in my draft league because my opponent dropped last week.
Awesome.
So I don't have to play anybody until week 4, so that leaves me a month between games.
So we have a little bit of catch-up time then for the backlog of matches. Because I think there's 2 that haven't been uploaded offline.
There's at least 4, I think.
That can't be right.
I have uploaded weeks 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, and 9.
That can't be right.
Because I haven't uploaded 7, 8. I don't have this last one you just played.
I have uploaded it. I don't know if I sent it to you.
You haven't sent it to me yet, no.
No, okay, this is tonight.
And you played 11 games, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I haven't sent. I don't think I uploaded 4. I think I said I had 4, but I think it was actually 5. Um, one of your games that was a makeup, like an exposition game, is one of the ones that was uploaded.
Yep.
I don't have 8 and 9 uploaded. I don't think I have 7 uploaded either.
8 and 9 were good. 8 and 9 were both really
Those
good.
That was the week you went like bam, bam.
I played back-to-back games basically, and I think combined I went 4 and 1.
Yeah, I don't have those uploaded yet. I don't think I have week 7 uploaded yet.
Eventually.
I have your match against Jay up there because I prioritized that one. And then I don't have this most recent one.
Yeah.
So like I said, I think I have 4 games saved in the back.
Just dump them all on one.
I haven't uploaded any of mine yet. I wanted to go through and do intros for each team on Showdown, and then upload the games, and then do some other stuff with that stuff. Because I don't do intros on the Switch version, because usually when I'm doing it, it's just ready to go, and it's like, oh. So before we get out of here today, we have a team of the week to go over.
Yeah, we do.
Unintentionally. So this is funny because you just grabbed a random rental code of Evan's VGC Pace Twitter. Go follow that if you're interested in looking at Series 12 teams all the time. And it just happened to be one of the teams from our server, technically, because they shared their tweet about it at the start of Series 12 from Magnetman VGC. Go follow them on Twitter. Their teams are great. He has a very deep love for Magnezone. It's his favorite Pokemon over it all. And he tries his best to utilize it at least in every series and every kind of like draft league he plays in.
So, I love this team so much. I pivoted my week 4 USPA matchup that day to this team. I took it, played it that morning on laddering, and went, I could probably play this.
Yeah.
And in the span of like 20 minutes, Carl, our team manager, not you.
Yeah, not me. I'm other
helped
Carl.
me rebuild this team to be more optimal. So this team is really good on paper. There's a lot of things I really like about it. The Citrus Berry Calm Mind the Citrus Berry Calm Mind Kyogre is good. I think I would rather have lefties instead. Just having constant recovery is probably better, especially since you already have grassy terrain as well. There's a lot of times the times you need to proc your berry, you're not really going to need to because you're already having a recovery. So you might as well have the extra recovery from lefties.
Yeah, and then like the mons that are hitting you to where your berry would proc usually can just OHKO you.
Yep. There's a couple other minor things that we changed. I changed Rillaboom from Miracle Seed to Assault Vest.
Yeah, it's just free here.
It's free, and you're not able to KO like Dynamax Kyogre with Miracle Seed anyway. So there's really like no reason. The reason to run it is you're guaranteed a KO into bulky Kyogre as opposed to like a
max
65% roll or whatever.
Yeah.
Into bulky Kyogre without it.
I think there's with Grassy Seed, I think there's a roll with like Woodhammer to OHKO Dynamax.
Maybe
it's a very small roll. It's like maybe 30%.
We also changed like a couple EVs here and there. I know we messed with Incense set quite a bit, and then the Mimikyu set we took from it was.
I remember this one. This was in laddering. It was much faster.
It was Jolly Max Attack, and we took it to be bulky Mimikyu instead because you don't need to be doing all the extra damage. The perks of being Max Attack aren't enough because you're not able to OHKO things that you want to be able to.
Yeah,
OHKO.
I don't think Shadow Sneak OHKOs Shadow Rider even if they weren't all sash.
I think you had to be Adamant Life Orb, and then it's a guaranteed OHKO.
Yeah.
But then you're also doing so much to your Calyrex proccing policy.
Yeah. And then you're also just chipping away at your own life total.
Yep.
With an unnecessary life orb.
Yep. So we changed it from this like physically offensive fast Pokemon
puncher
to support like it is on this team, having access to Safeguard Will-O-Wisp is very good. Safeguard is insane.
I bet, yeah, I bet Safeguard's great. One of the cool things of the ZZ Top team I've been playing with is having access to Tapu Fini all the time.
What's even better is people don't anticipate it. So you can of course lead your Mimikyu Calyrex, right? And they have a tendency to have like a Mungus, right? They can lead a Mungus on you. Be like, all right, cool. You're going to either max your Calyrex, or you're going to try to set Trick Room. I'm going to Spore either of your Pokemon. You're like, well, that's funny because my Mimikyu's faster than you. I'm going to get my Safeguard up, and then my Trick Room's going to go up with my Calyrex.
Yeah.
So it's really, really cool. No one expects it. Magnezone, I think I only brought like 2 or 3 times, but every time I did, it was just great.
So
it mashed through everything I brought it against.
This is what Magnezone is good for. Magnezone is good at trapping those Zacian in.
Its
only job.
It was very good.
That is Magnezone's only job, is to keep Zacians in so you can get your Intimidates to stick.
I think with Choppleberry, you're able to KO them before they're able to KO you.
Yes.
Thanks to Intimidate cycling. I think in a 1v1 you're not able to unless you get them on the switch in.
Yeah, you gotta chip them down a little bit. I think Flash Cannon's a 3-hit KO into the bulky Zacians.
I believe so.
Which most Zacian are the bulky Zacian anymore. So I think you have body press to beat up an opposing like Incineroar if that's the case, or hits like some other problematic steel type that's not named Zacian. Flash Cannon's obviously your better option there. Just clicking Flash Cannon into Zacian is going to deal more damage. And then you kind of technically have a Kyogre check as well with Thunderbolt on this thing.
The big thing about Body Press is that Magnezone is also a Dynamax target on this team.
Yeah.
Thanks to Steel Spike, your Body Presses are going to do more later.
Conversely, with that, you get to boost up a Calyrex or an Incineroar or a Rillaboom with that Max Knuckle if that's what you need to do too.
The best part of this team continues to be Calyrex Ice.
Well, yeah.
People just aren't ready for it, man. I just do not understand.
I think part of that is no one's playing Trick Room.
And that, like, honestly, if Trick Room goes up, it's over. Like, that feels like the game. In the laddering episode, I think I set Trick Room 4 out of the 5 games, and the games I did it, I won.
Yeah. Teams just aren't prepared for Trick Room as much because everybody's playing these faster teams. Everyone's playing Swordfish. Everyone's playing Calyrex, Shadow, and Zacian, or Zacian plus Kyurem White, or Reshiram, or these super fast. No one's playing the slow, bulky Calyrex Ice teams unless you're also just playing Calyrex Ice Mimikyu.
Yeah, this team is very, very good. Shout outs to Poppy for letting me sweep him with it.
Oh goodness, that was you guys swept pretty much swept Florida under the rug.
And we went 4-1. We went 4-1 against them, and I think we lost 3 games all week.
Yep.
I know the first
we did
good
sets, prep that week.
First couple sets were all 2-0, 2-0, and then I think we went 2-1 into 0-2, 2-0. If I remember correctly, it might have been 2-1, 0-2.
I think so.
I don't know. I know it was really, really good. But yeah, Cali Ice continues to probably be my favorite restricted in this format. It's just so powerful, man. People just aren't ready for Trick Room.
I feel like the format will adapt to that here soon.
I fully
We'll
agree.
see more taunts on things. We'll see
and what's
slower
really
teams
crazy,
come around, bulkier teams.
What's really crazy about it is your most played Pokemon in the format check Cali Ice extremely well.
Yeah.
You know, you have Zacian, which is able to basically one-shot you. Because, you know, Behemoth Blade is a legal move for some reason.
On a mon that gets +1 attack on switch in.
And then Incineroar being able to Intimidate cycle you when you're a physically attacking Pokemon in a format with Incineroar in it, you're going to have a bad time. But you also are able to proc your policy. Both of those are weak to Max Quake. So, like, if you make a good read, you can pick them up on the turn that they come in. You know, it's really, really powerful being able to just crush people. That, you know, obviously you also don't line up particularly great against Kyogre. But, like, if you get Trick Room up, you just set in front of it and max quake them.
Yeah. Max quake. You can change the weather to max hailstorm to do whatever.
And that's been a line I've had is like, all right, set Trick Room, max hailstorm your Tornadus, pick up the KO there, get a boost, change the weather, take your water spout now. Following turn, go for quake. Now I'm at like +4 because you're not gonna be able to deal with this, and just steamroll.
Yep.
It does everything that Cali Shadow does, except you're way bulkier
and much slower.
And obviously, you need Trick Room.
You have to take a turn to set up. That's the key. Is you have to take that turn to set up. I think Mimikyu is the reason this team does well.
And that was week 1 of USBA. I played a Cali Ice team as well, and I wasn't able to capitalize and get Trick Room up in that week. And that's the time that it's suffered because my opponent
couldn't do your thing.
Yep, my opponent doubled into Mimikyu on turn 1, and I wasn't able to get Trick Room up.
Yeah. That's like the only line people have is you have to have a Pokemon that is faster than your Zacian because you want to be able to double into it and pick up the Mimikyu before it gets to set up Trick Room, because Behemoth Blade, for all its power and might, is not going to Oko that Mimikyu.
It's going to break a disguise.
Yep. It's not cool like the G-Max, Rillaboom, and Cinderace and all them, and just gets to ignore abilities.
Team is really, really fun. Highly recommend you go check it out.
Yeah. Rental code was on screen. You can go check out the Laddering episode and get it there as well. Again, thanks to Magnet Man VGC for sharing that team with us. They shared another one later on that we could probably play for something later on. It was a Solgaleo Kyogre team.
I am excited for this week. I'm playing Kyurem White Groudon.
Yeah, the inverse of the Kyurem Black Kyogre. Notably not from the same person.
Which is even funnier.
It's great. It's just like it's not from the same person. So we'll definitely have some cool stuff to compare and see in like different play styles.
Yeah, we'll get to talk about that next.
You get to play Icy Hot.
Yep.
Anything else before we get out the door here? I'm trying to think if there's anything else we want to talk about before we get going.
Did we touch on the Heatran series?
Yeah, we talked about it a little bit already.
Yeah. Good luck to everyone playing in that. I'm really excited to talk about that event next week.
Yep.
I know we have quite a few people in our community who are going to play in it. I was trying to convince Tiff to play it, and she's like, well, I really want to learn VGC, but I don't feel comfortable playing it that soon. I'm like,
I'm about to say, that's a little soon. I wouldn't throw somebody in like that fast.
That's fair. She mentioned she wanted to play. I'm like, conveniently.
There's an event strictly designed to get people like that into the game.
So hopefully she'll be ready to play in the next one.
New players who don't get opportunities to play like we do.
Yep. I got a whole lot of nothing else, man.
I'm about to say, I'm trying to think about what I was going to say, and I got a blank now.
I rambled quite a bit today about my travel stories.
Yes,
and those are honestly, I really enjoyed it. Getting to travel was definitely like the best part of playing Magic.
Yeah, and now we get to do it again with Pokemon. Like we started doing it with Pokemon, and then they canceled everything, and now we get to do it again. It'll be fun.
Yep. So, I got a whole lot of nothing else on the way out. So
I can't think of anything.
All right, everyone. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe if you're listening on YouTube. If you're not and you're listening on Spotify instead, go ahead and drop us that 5-star review. I think you can do that on Apple Podcasts too. I'm not sure because I don't use that. I use Google Podcasts because it feels like it's strictly better. But you can't rate episodes on there, so I don't know.
I have a Pixel. I can't tell you what Apple Podcast does.
I have an Apple, and I don't use it. So I should tell you everything you need to know.
Noted.
If you're listening on any other platform, go check us out on YouTube. You have all kinds of content on there that you can go watch and everything else. Past that, you can follow us on Twitter at LR Lessons. Myself is at Mr. Missouri25. Carl's at MusicalPGC. Go check us out there. Come and hang out on Twitch with Carl and myself. I've been streaming Blue Kaizo. It's awful. I love it. Carl's been playing a bunch of Legends Arceus. He's been also doing his Draft League stuff, so there's all that on there. At Mr. Missouri25 and Carl's at Musical on there. Past that, you can come and join the community Discord. That link is always down in the show notes as well. Check out the website And while you're there, go and check out the merch page. Pick yourself up a sweet T-shirt and a hat. We
Yep,
finally
we
have
have a
hats
beanie.
available.
Mine should be here soon.
I need to order mine. Are they only beanies, or can I get a hat?
I can make it to where you can get a hat.
I need a hat. Can they be a fitted hat?
I don't know about that one.
Fitted hats are strictly better in every way.
I can only do what they have.
I know.
That's why I did beanies, because I didn't like the dad hat or the trucker hat or the bucket hat.
Lame. I know that's literally what we have, but it is what it is.
I mean, if you really want it, you can go to like Lids or something in the mall and get you one.
I don't know if they do it.
They would. You can take them custom designs.
Neat.
Yeah.
You'll have to send me that night while I'm up in the city tomorrow. I'll try to find one.
You can see if you can find one.
See how much it's gonna cost. Because I know Lid's hats themselves are like $30.
Yeah, they're expensive.
And then having custom embroidery done on it, I cannot imagine how much it's gonna be.
The beanies are $25.99 because it costs $16 a hat.
Awesome. I know we have quite a few people who've been asking about hats and stuff, so they're available. Go get them.
Yep.
Check it out. And if you want those other styles of hats, tag Carl and be like, "Hey, put this up."
Yep, I'll get it. It's easy as just sending in the form now. Now that I have something a template that works, just
I'm ready for them to reject it now. Be like, actually,
I've already
like
ordered one.
this.
I've already ordered one, so if they reject it, then it's on them.
I got a whole lot of nothing else. I think we fit everything.
Twitter, Twitch, Discord, website, merch page, Anchor support.
Anchor support. So we currently are not making ad revenue on any episodes of anything that we have up. We haven't hit that mark on YouTube, and
Stupid Anchor.
Anchor took it away on our last one. So if you would like to support us, you can do so for as little as 20 or 25 cents an episode. That link is always down in the show notes as well. It does go directly to us, from my understanding. So anything that you can do is greatly appreciated. It really does help us out a ton.
Yep.
So with that being said, I think that is going to bring us to an end to episode 102.
2 more till we get 2 years.
That's sweet.
It'll be the week of the LRQ.
Sweet.
On our current pace, yeah.
Sweet.
Barring us having to skip a week or something.
Yeah, and I don't envision that happening. So
I don't think we would ever have to do that.
I think that's going to be it, everyone. Thank you so much for watching, everyone, and we'll see you next week with another podcast. Have a good one, everyone. Peace.